Hey everyone, it's Simone Watson, and before I get into the topic of this video, tomorrow is Thanksgiving in the United States. So if you celebrate that, I just want to say have a happy Thanksgiving, and if you do not celebrate it, then have a great rest of this week, and I will see you next week because I won't be posting a video tomorrow. So, today I want to talk about my strategy for requesting ARCs, which are advanced reader copies. The funny thing about this is I wasn't all that strategic about it until about an hour ago. So this strategy is something that I just tried, and I think that it worked nicely. So, okay, I guess this is going to be my strategy now, or at least, yeah, at least I'll try it again in the future. So this might help with regular book shopping or anything like that too. I don't know. But okay. This year, I have been very blessed to obtain a lot of digital advanced reader copies. And this year I've joined NetGalley and Penguin First to Read. And so those are where I get my digital ARCs from, primarily. So the problem is sometimes I get very enthusiastic with my requesting, and I cannot be the only person that's ever had this happen, right? But I get on NetGalley and I just see a bunch of books that have a nice cover or have a nice description, and I'm just like, request, 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 request. And then I have a bunch of requests, and it's like, okay. Now, of course, I don't get granted every book that I request from NetGalley, but still sometimes I end up with a lot of books and not a lot of time to read them. So I now realize, even though you don't have to budget money for ARCs because they are free, you do have to budget your time, possibly. So this is me attempting to budget my time and sort of limit the amount of ARCs that I have. So, NetGalley and Penguin First to Read have slightly different systems. The way that NetGalley works, you look at a book that looks cool to you, you request it, and a publisher can decide whether to grant you access to the digital ARC of that book. It's just on their discretion, and then you get an email to tell you whether you've been granted the book or not, or granted the digital ARC. Now, on First to Read, and NetGalley, I think, adds books like all the time. I don't think that they add them on a certain day. I think they just get added like any day, First to Read has they have certain days, and they'll tell you like our next date is such and such a thing, right? So they have certain days where they make books available, and they'll make a bunch of them available at one time. So on First to Read, you have points. You accumulate points over the course of your time on First to Read. And you can spend a certain amount of points to guarantee a certain ARC. So that means when the day that the ARCs become available, you spend those points, you guarantee that ARC, and you know for sure that when the ARCs are posted, you'll have that one. If you don't have points, if you don't have enough points, or if that is not an available option, you can request books on First to Read. And the way that the requests happen here is instead of the publisher deciding who to give the books to, they do random drawings, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, you enter to win the ARC. So those are your two options. You guarantee it or you enter to win it. On both of these sites, again, my strategy has sometimes been really zealous to just request a lot of things. Sometimes on First to Read, I may guarantee something, but then I just request a bunch of things. And I realized today that I'm like, what I should do is focus in on the books that I want to read the most. Because sometimes something seems exciting in the moment because it's new and you've never seen it before, and oh my gosh, that book, da 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 da. But if I actually pay attention, I don't want to say pay attention, but pay attention is exactly, if I pay attention to my real reaction and how excited I really am to read the book, then that will help. So here's my new strategy, right? I go on the website, either for NetGalley or First to Read. Let's just say it's First to Read. And I know that there's a certain number of books that I can guarantee. So the difference is here with First to Read, there are going to be 3 levels. There's going to be guarantee, request, or don't request. On NetGalley, there are going to be two levels. I either request the book or I don't request the book. There you go. So with First to Read, because they're all becoming available at the same time, what I can do is I can go through and read the synopsis of each book and rate my excitement level on a scale of 1 to 10. That way, I'm not requesting a 3 but leaving like a 10 unrequested, if that makes sense. Or I'm not like guaranteeing like a 4, but then there's this 10 that I didn't guarantee, you know? So I go through, I rate my excitement level for each book. I do count halves, so there's like a 4.5, 5, 5.5, etc. After going through all of these synopses and, rating my excitement level, if a book has less than a 5, I draw an X next to it. That means I will not request it, I will not guarantee it. So less than a 5, it gets an X next to it. From there, I think about how many books I can guarantee based on my number of points. So this is kind of budgeting more than just time. This is budgeting points. So I think, how many books can I guarantee based on my number of points? If I know that I could guarantee 2 books, then of the ones that are not X'd out, I can see, okay, which one, what has the highest score, or what 2 books have the highest score, and then I can guarantee those 2. Or I can only guarantee one of them if I want to, whatever. Or if there's a tie. So say there's a tie between 2 books, or say that 2 books are very close in score, and I'm not sure, do I want book A or do I want book B? I ask myself this question. Of these 2 books that I really want to read, which one would I be okay with waiting to read for a few months until it's in the library, say next spring or next summer? Which one would I more want to wait a few months to read? And whichever one I want to wait for, that's the one that I don't guarantee. And then the one that I don't want to wait for, I guarantee. Okay? So now that I have my guaranteed books, all taken care of, and I have X'd out some of them, then I can just request the rest, and then I can be entered into a giveaway. That way I know that when there's a giveaway, I'm not going to be given a book that I am not excited about at all, because I just went on a requesting spree. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be given a book that I'm not excited about. I will definitely be given the books that I'm most excited about, and the ones that I'm pretty excited about, we'll see. And so, I figure that the way this works with NetGalley, it's a little bit different because they don't add them all on a certain day. So I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'll just say like, okay, on Friday, I'll go on NetGalley, like every Friday or every other Friday. Or maybe I'll just say, once I have reviewed a book for NetGalley, I will go and request another, because you're supposed, like, ideally, you're supposed to review these books. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the reason why ARCs exist, is so that you can review them. And so because I don't want to get behind on my NetGalley reviewing, maybe I'll just say, okay, once I have reviewed this book, or reviewed like both of the NetGalley books I already have, then I can go shopping, quote unquote, on NetGalley and just set a predetermined budget. But in this case, it will be like, I will request such and such number of books or something like that. So just look into different books, rate my excitement level, and then request a certain number. I'm not exactly sure how the numbers will play out for that, but there we go. So if this is helpful to you, please let me know. I'm hoping that if you are book shopping, I don't know, this might work as well, but I don't know, because then there are like thousands of books in the bookstore. So that, I don't know, that could be a little different. But hey, if, I don't know, your mileage may vary. So thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions or anything. I'll see you Monday. Bye.